Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. If you want to order from me, details for my online shop will be below. You can click straight through to there and just order anything you like. I'd be delighted to receive your order. I'd love to be your demonstrator if you're in the UK or any of our European markets. Anyway, today I'm going to show you the customer thank you cards I made for all my customers who shopped for me in March. These are the 8 different versions I made. I had a load more to make, had more to make than 8, but these are the 8 different versions. And it's kind of a version of a one sheet wonder, except it wasn't one sheet, it was just some odd little bits of cards of DSP that I had left over that I decided to use. So essentially when I had a bigger piece of DSP, I started off with this. These little cards, I think they're 10.5, I'm fairly sure. I made them 10.5, yeah. So you can get 2 out of an A4 sheet. So they're 10.5 by 10.5, and I then cut a piece of card of DSP 8.5 by 8.5, a stitch circle in the middle, and then one of the butterflies that I die cut from Petal Pink. And then, so that was fine because I had big enough pieces of those pieces of cardstock. But then I had some smaller pieces, so I just used a panel there, not quite a square. This one I made half and half. And then I had some little strips, so I decided to use them as well. So it's a really good way of using up all your bits and pieces of DSP. You can use up quite small pieces and make some very pretty cards. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I made the first one I showed you, which was this one. Now, because I've made all my customer thank you cards, and this is the Peony Garden, I think it's called, DSP, it's Peony something. And I've now completely used that pack. I had a pack of that and I've now completely used it all up. So I haven't got any more of that to show you, but I'm going to use the same colour scheme today. And what I'm going to use is the papers from our DSP stacks. These are the family stacks that come in 6 by 6, and you get 4 sheets, I think, of each of the colours. You might even get more than that in the in-colour ones. I think that in the family colour ones, I think you get 4 sheets of each. You get 2 of this one and 2 of this one. And they're great for making projects like this. So I'm going to use one of these today. Unfortunately, you won't get 2 of these out of here. But like I say, you'll have some quite big chunks of DSP left over to make the other designs. So let's get started. So I need a sheet of our thick basic white. And I need my trimmer. And as I say, these are 10.5 square. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually going to score at 10.5, and then when I cut, I'll have already scored cards. So I'm going to cut 2 at 10.5. So that's 1. So these are wee little cards, but I've been making cards for many years. Some of you know that. Since I started making cards when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, who's now nearly 28. So I've got a lot of stash hiding, and I keep finding envelopes. And I actually found a little stash of these envelopes, which are exactly the right size for these cards. I don't know where you could buy them. You could make your own envelopes, I guess. It's always tricky when you do a different size card to access the envelope. So we've got 2 10 by 10 card blanks, and we've got this one left over. Now, if I was being really frugal, I could make another card with that and design something. The butterfly would still fit on there. That'd be quite a sweet little card as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to go around all the edges. Somebody commented on one of my videos the other day that they'd found that quite a helpful tip, because you do get sort of a lip on your cardstock where the trimmer pushes it down as it cuts, and I just like to smooth that out and then just fold. And you'll notice that with my originals, I used some card blanks in white and some of the card blanks were in Petal Pink, so you can choose if you'd like to use a coloured card blank. The only problem with using a coloured card blank is, of course, you probably need to put an insert in then, so I decided not to. Right, those are my 2 card blanks. Then I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to cut 8.5 by 8.5, which will give me a centimetre border all the way around. It's quite a big chunky border. If you want a thinner border, of course, cut your cardstock a bit, your DSP a bit bigger. But I'm quite happy, and that will give me some nice pieces to use on other cards. So I've got my piece DSP, and that's going to go in there. So just going to take some Tombow. Actually, I'm just going to do the bone folder trick again. Doesn't matter too much on this because I'm going to be sticking it down, so the lip would have been facing downwards, but just to make it perfect. So just a little bit of Tombow on there, and then just glue these down. So these are really super quick. They always have to be super quick for me to make for my customers. Although I love my customers and would love to spend hours, I don't have that much time. And if I've had a month with a lot of customers, which I did last month, they need to be super quick and simple to make. And I do them in stages. So I sat and die cut all my butterflies. I sat and die cut all my stitch. So this is one from our Stitch Shapes die set, and this is the second biggest circle. So there's all the circles. This one is the second biggest one. Die cut all of those, cut all my card blanks, cut all my DSP, and then spent an evening just sticking them all together while I was watching the telly with my husband. Right, okay, and so this goes in here. So they are super simple. As a lot of you will know if you've watched me for long, I love super simple. I don't really like overcomplicated things anyway, and I certainly don't like messy. My good friend Jez is really into vintage things, and makes me laugh because I just don't get vintage. I'm not into that sort of messy kind of style at all. But then life would be really boring if we were all into the same thing. So I use I do what I like, and she does her thing, and we both complement each other quite well, I think. There we go, and just a little bit of glue in the body of the butterfly. How super quick and simple was that? Absolutely so simple. And then with your leftover bits of cardstock, so I think what I would do with this, I think I would cut, yeah, I think I would cut that in half and use it to make this kind of design with a slightly smaller, would be slightly, oh no, I don't, not bad actually, it would be just about that wide. I think I would use that. And then this piece, which isn't going to be long enough to do that, but then you could use it as I've done with this one. So just pop that on there, and then the circle and the butterfly on top. So you could use every scrap. So you would get at least 4 cards from that sheet of 6x6, and probably 5 if you were really careful. But I really like that, and I love this paper actually, and that's looking really nice. But I love this peony paper, which will be retiring, of course, quite soon. So anyway, I hope you've liked that very, very quick, easy, simple little card with the butterfly wings dies. I don't know if I said that. They're called butterfly wings. It's the Butterfly Brilliance bundle if you want the stamps and the dies. They're in the new annual catalogue, which will be coming out soon. My customers for March will be getting their new catalogue with their customer thank you pack. So I don't know when I'm going to be publishing this video, but hopefully by the time I've done that, it might have even arrived. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing my little customer thank you cards, giving you some ideas and some quick and simple, easy cards to make. You could do it in any colour. Imagine what they'd look like in different colours. Be beautiful. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again very, very soon. Bye for now.